Hi, my name is Bill Wiese, and I'm the author of the book 23 Minutes in Hell. Thank you for joining me. You know, some ask the question, will there be time in heaven? Well, there is a misconception that time itself is done away with once we're in heaven. The reason many think this is because God Himself is outside of the time domain. But are we? These next verses indicate that there will be time that passes for those in heaven. However, the burden of time will no longer exist. The pressure we now feel will be removed. Now, this first verse is referring to some of the martyrs that came out of the tribulation period and were now in heaven. In Revelation 6, verse 10 and 11, it says, "They called out in a loud voice, 'How long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood?' Then each of them was given a white robe, and they were told to wait a little longer until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers and sisters, were killed just as they had been." Now notice they ask, "How long?" and they were told to wait. Well, this, of course, indicates the passage of time. Revelation 7:15 says, "They are before the throne of God and serve Him day and night in His temple." These are those saved during the tribulation, and they will serve Him day and night. Revelation 22:2 says, "On each side of the river in heaven stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month." Now notice there are months in heaven. Isaiah 66:22 and 23 says, "As the new heavens and the new earth that I make will endure before me, declares the Lord, so will your name and descendants endure, from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another." Now, Sabbaths and new moons indicate weeks and months. Genesis 8:22 says, "As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease." And the Scripture says in at least 3 places that the earth abides forever. And that's in Psalms 104:5, Ecclesiastes 1:4, and Psalms 78:69. So day and night will never cease. Now, another verse regarding time in heaven is Revelation 8:1. It says, "When He opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about a half an hour." Well, that is a very specific period of time. Ephesians 2:7 says, "In the coming ages." Now, ages infers time. Revelation 5:9 through 12 says, "And they sang a new song." Now, they are singing in heaven, which singing involves a beat, which involves timing. Now, some say time is an enemy and that it's a result of the fall of man in the garden. But not so, as time existed before the fall. Remember, when God created the earth, before there was sin, He established evening and morning were the first day, and then the second day, and so on for those 6 days. Now, there is also the period of time coming on the earth after the tribulation. It is called the millennium. It is a 1,000-year period of time that was determined by God. This is when Christ will reign on the earth, Revelation 20 verse 3 states. Now, it will be precisely 1,000 years. Now, we also know that time exists for those in hell. Revelation 14:10 and 11 state that their torment is forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. And there are additional verses that state the same. Now, I want to point out a verse that some misinterpret. It's Revelation 10:6, and it says that there should be time no longer. Now, this doesn't mean that time no longer exists. The wording in the King James is incorrect, as other translations of the Bible make it clear. The New King James says that there shall be delay no longer, not that time is no longer. The New Living Translation says there will be no more delay. Now, here are 2 commentaries' views on this verse. The Believer's Bible Commentary, page 2367, says that there shall be delay no longer. And the Nelson's Bible Commentary, page 1748, says, "When the mystery of God should be finished." Now, it means no more delay in the unfolding of the events that lead to Christ's return. Now, on the earth, we all are burdened with the pressure of not having enough time. it's like a weight on our shoulders. But in heaven, there will be no shortage of time as we will be living in eternity. The negative aspects of time no longer exist. We are redeemed from its pressure and burden. Time will be a commodity that we will never exhaust.